What is up everybody, Swood here, and today we're going over this Graveyard Ewiz deck that I was able to get 20 wins with. So I'm not able to show the actual replays I got in the 20 win, and that is because they had a maintenance break the night, like I got it the very first day. I was going to record the next morning, and they released this new Barbarian barrel, and it lost me all my replays, so I had to go do another challenge. We ended up getting the 12-2, it was actually an insane challenge. We'll talk about it after I do this chest. Hoping for a legendary, that's the only thing we really care about. The rest of the stuff is not that important. Obviously the epics are good too. Lots of rares. No. Expo is 3 away from max, that's really nice. And my tornado is max. I'm getting really close to max ladder. So, these are actually battle log first. So, we'll explain the deck in a second, but this is my battle log to get this 12 win, just to have some quality replays to play. So, start out against Turkey, who is TNT, is a Korean pro. He's really good. I played him in Sus Cup. He actually beat me. But anyways, he's in like TNT's clan, so he's a friend of his with 3 musketeer, which is one of the hard counters of this deck if they play it properly. So that was really hard. And then I had to play Pekka Zappies deck, and then I played El Jefe, who is a Canadian friend of mine. He was on Hammers with me, and he's now in Krenez. And then I had to play Tin 2 from Tribe Gaming, and then I had to play Yarn from Orange Juice, the YouTuber with like 900,000 cards won. And so it was an insane challenge. I was like, all my friends were playing at the same time, and we were all facing a bunch of top players, so that was crazy in itself. So about this deck, the hardest counters are Expo, Cycle, and 3 Musketeers. You can still beat 3 Musketeers, and I'm going to show a replay of that. One quick thing is the corner graveyard I want to talk about. So this is something that not a lot of people do. It's like when they play a Elixir Collector or a Goblin Hut in the corner, either there or there, you play it like that. And unless they have like Minion Horde or Goblin Gang in hand and you're not able to poison, then it doesn't work. But other than that, it works like magic. If they even defensive poison in a graveyard mirror match, it's still going to win you the game. So we'll start out with the 3 Musketeer deck. The thing about 3 Musketeer, you don't want to poison pumps. If you can corner a graveyard, that's perfect, but if they're a good player, they won't give you that opportunity. So when they pump, you just want a Goblin Hut. They play an investment building, you want to play an investment building. So that's sort of what you're going to see here, and then you just try to let the Goblin Huts chip down, and you try to get one really good graveyard to win the game for you. So this is sort of a little iffy matchup, but if you play it really well, you can do it. And don't play the Musketeer instead of Ewiz. You need the Ewiz in this matchup to be able to kill the Minion Horde, because you need Ice Golem, Death Damage, plus Ewiz to kill the Minion Horde. That's really important. So you can see here, we're just cycling troops, trying to get back to a second Goblin Hut. You can either play your Goblin Hut, stack them in the middle, 2 in a row, or play 1 in the middle and then 1 on the bottom left. Either or. So once you realize what kind of deck they're playing, you can play your Goblin Hut farther or lower down, closer like an Elixir Collector. And you'll see me playing that in some of these replays. You obviously don't want to do that if you're playing like Golem or Giant or Hog, but if you're playing a Miner or a Graveyard or a 3 Musketeer deck, it's okay to do that. So you can see there, he played a Elixir Collector in the corner. We graveyarded it, and he had to play a Goblin Gang, so he spent 9 elixir worth to just defend my 5 elixir graveyard, so that's amazing for me. And I didn't have to waste a poison on it. So you see here, we're just going to get another Goblin Hut down, and we're just going... this matchup sort of takes a while. You just keep on cycling Goblin Huts, trying to kill their pumps decently. If they play 3 Musketeers, which they're going to be doing a lot, you just poison the 2 Musketeers, and then you just try to defend the 1. If they play Minion Horde, you Ice Golem, Ewiz. Try not to cycle your Ice Golem or Ewiz when you don't need to, because that's really going to cost you. And then Bandage, try to like guards it, or Ice Golem if you need. So we get a second Goblin Hut up here, and you can see we're going to poison the 2 Musketeers. If this is lagging, I apologize. When I'm watching this, it's not lagging at all, so if it is, it's just the OBS, and that is something I'm trying to fix, but I'm not entirely sure what's happening there, so I can't fix it too well. So you can see here, he gets a good push off. We actually log, and then that makes him play his Goblin Gang, but we're able to clean up with a Make Minion. So we let that Bandit go on the left, play another Goblin Hut. See, I'm playing it lower down. And here, he just plays 3 Musketeers again. We just keep on poisoning it, and we just deal with the 1 Musketeer. So shout out to Aaron, actually. He's also a former Hammers player, and he's now in Krenez. He was the one that helped me walk through the 20 win, and I actually ended up getting 21. I beat 3 Musketeers 5 times. I didn't lose to it once, so that was pretty insane. They all had Minion Horde, and some of them had Goblin Gang, some guards, so that was pretty crazy. It's obviously a really strong deck against people who aren't insanely good with Three Musketeer, which is very, very hard. I'm a pro player and I don't necessarily play Three Musketeers a lot just because it's insanely hard to play. There's so many decisions you have to make. So you can see here, we're just playing the Goblin Hunt game. We don't want to go in for too many graveyards because that's really just going to cost us the game if he defends it properly. So eventually you're going to see us going for a graveyard. Here it is. We go graveyard poison, sort of just go all in on that tower, and we're actually able to take it, but just got to play good defense, cycle your Goblin Huts, and don't get too crazy about taking down their elixir collectors. So next one up is a mirror match. We'll save that for later. We have a Golem deck. So this was actually a friend of mine, his friend. So shout out to you if you are watching. I get BM'd in the middle. I didn't realize that during the match because I always mute, and I didn't realize until I was watching it back to help him. But basically in this matchup, he doesn't have like a Night Witch with his Golem, so basically I'm just going to want to poison his Goblin Huts. If you're able to against like Pekka Zappies or Golem Goblin Hut, or even another graveyard deck, if you're able to graveyard and then poison, clip their Goblin Hut and some troops defending the graveyard, that's awesome. If not though, obviously it's okay. So we just poison his Goblin Hut. We want him to poison ours because then we can graveyard. Remember, we have that little poison bait aspect of our deck because we have Goblin Hut and graveyard that are poison worthy, whereas they normally just have the Goblin Hut for Pekka Zappies or for this Golem deck. So we go in for a graveyard of our own to punish that Golem, and he's not going to get lots done with that Golem because we have this push. Watch this defense here. I was watching this back and this was insane. So he has a lot of stuff there. I log the Dark Prince so that it moves over to the middle to the Spear Goblins, play an Ewiz farther down, and then my Ewiz is able to use a split attack, stun the Dark Prince and the Golemite, and then once the Dark Prince dies, it stuns the Mega Minion, and then my Ewiz walks out alive, and our tower is saved. So I was really proud of that. That was really impressive in my opinion. You guys don't have to think so. I just like to compliment myself. So get another Goblin Hut here, playing it in the middle to the right though, so that it still clips the right tower. Normally I'd play it all the way down, but you don't want to do that against a Golem deck obviously, because they can just play a Golem at their bridge and take a tower. So Golem, Giant, Hog, Balloon, those are the type of stuff you don't want to play it really far down, but like a Miner or a Graveyard or Three Musketeers you can. So here's actually a mistake of his. He's playing his Goblin Hut on the left side. He should be playing the same lane as me and Goleming same lane as me just because he has a bigger deck. He wants me to switch sides. But by him playing on the left-hand side, it lets me push on the right-hand side. So that's a mistake on his part. But, I mean, you just push the opposite of the Golem, so I can't blame me. So I actually play a Naked Graveyard here just because I know he's going to have to defend it and he doesn't have poison in hand. We play the Goblin Hut as soon as possible after because look at this first Spear Goblin. It's going to get a lot of chip while he's busy dealing with the graveyard, and then he actually has to zap 2 Spear Goblins. So the Goblin Hut spawns 12 Spear Goblins, so he just zapped 2 of them. So that's 2 elixir for 2 goblins, and there's another 10 goblins that I'm going to get for 3 elixir worth, so that's obviously value. We get some good defense here. A lot of this deck is also just being able to kite with the Ice Golem, surround the Dark Prince or the Ghost with your guards, get good value with your Ewiz, keep it out of range of poison in comparison with your Goblin Hut, and just using Mega Minion to DPS down some troops. So here he gets some chip damage on our tower, but we're able to come out alive. We actually have to use an Ice Golem to stop that Royal Ghost. And then this is what I was talking about with the Graveyard Poison. So here we're going to build up for a Graveyard, and then we're going to poison the Goblin Hut and whatever else he plays. Luckily he actually plays a Golem at the exact same time. He has to use his own defensive poison, but we're still able to get a lot of damage here. We have this Goblin Hut that's still going to be able to pull the Golem. So we're in a very good situation to defend this Golem. This game actually gets really close, so I don't want to say I was playing like amazing, but he made a few mistakes that were able to let me win this. Normally I don't have too many problems against Golem. Actually, that's a lie. In one of my challenge logs you guys saw I got 3 crowned by Golem. I'm not sure what happened there. Let's not talk about it. But look at this Ewiz right here. Able to deny all the damage. There's the BM. Don't BM me, especially when you haven't won yet. So now we get the Goblin Hut down, and I'm going to go to 2 times because I think we just do another Graveyard Poison. I'm not 100%. Yeah, we go so Ice Golem, Graveyard Poison. We clip the Goblin Hut, the Dark Prince, and the Royal Ghost, and that's almost able to clean up the game for us. I think we just have one more push coming. And we play, I'm going to go slow for this because I know it lags when there's lots of troops on the field. Play another Goblin Hut just to pull the Golem. Don't surround the Dark Prince, but it still doesn't get the charge on all 3. Log it back. Look at this Mega Minion. It's 1 health or something, and it's able to clean up the Dark Prince and the Royal Ghost. So that's really good. We were able to go in for a Graveyard Poison here. Another thing he didn't do here, which you guys should be trying to do against graveyard decks, is notice how my Ewiz was walking up. He should know that I'm going to play a graveyard. So what he should do is, instead of waiting for my Ewiz to walk over and play his Mega Minion, he should be playing his Mega Minion at the bridge to take down my Ewiz before it walks over. If I don't have a tank for my graveyard, it's going to get a lot less damage. It's still going to do damage, but a lot less. So that's a mistake on his part. This is something you guys can try to look out for. You can't really do that against an Ice Golem, but when there's people playing Night Graveyard, that sometimes comes into meta. Or if they're playing with like a Mega Minion or Ewiz walking across the bridge, you can always try to stop it, and that will mess up a lot of people. So we're able to take that win, which is really nice. Golem player was pretty good, made a few mistakes, but played pretty well overall. So next up is Pekka Zappies. He actually had arrows, which wasn't good at all for the matchup, but it was still a pretty good match. So he has a Goblin Hut and I don't, which is bad. You always want to start with Goblin Hut. If not, you just play like a Mega Minion in the back or Ice Golem. So we poisoned the Goblin Hut, and I always poison Goblin Huts because even if they are playing a mirror match, most of the time they're playing Pekka Zappies or like a Golem deck instead. So until you know what it is, I just assume that they're playing like Pekka Zappies because it's like one of the most popular decks in the game right now. So here he's just waiting for his ghost to get over the bridge. He plays a miner at the back, which I can't really address right away. I have to deal with the ghost, surround it with the guards, and then I have to Ewiz that flying machine. In this matchup, you really just want to poison their huts, and then be mindful of when they have poison in hand and when they don't, and try to get their poison out of hand by using graveyard so that you can use another hut, or a hut so that you poison that and then you can use graveyard. It's sort of situational, but you guys know what I mean, hopefully. Notice how I play my Goblin Hut farther down, and so this is going to give me a big advantage. He doesn't play his farther down, which is a mistake on his part, and also the Golem player's part. This is something they should be doing because I'm playing graveyard, and they don't need the Goblin Hut to pull my Ice Golem over. That doesn't really do anything. They should be using it as farther down as possible, so I'm not able to chip it, get more poison value on other stuff that's walking up, etc. So here he plays a Pekka in the back. We try to punish opposite lane. He does a defensive poison, which is actually really nice. So how the Pekka Zappies deck tries to win is they just play Pekka, and then they put like Zappies and Flying Machine behind it. So if you are able to keep a defensive poison, that's really key. And if you're able to get their poison out of hand, that's also very key. But you also don't want to be playing your Ice Golem graveyard. So sometimes you even just play a naked graveyard if you know they're going to poison it, because you don't want to spend 7 elixir and they defend it with 4. I did it there, but it was not ideal at all. It lost me my Ewiz over here, where normally I'm able to defend my Ewiz and keep it fully alive. So I believe we just go for another Goblin Hut here. Not too much else we could do. Actually, we could poison that, so we're going to do both. Play our Goblin Hut first, and then poison, so we're able to cycle back 1 card quicker, because you need 4 cards to cycle back, so we're only 3 away now, because we played that. He goes for another Pekka, and I believe we go same lane here. Yeah, so I like doing this. If we're playing the same lane in a Pekka Zappy mirror match, that's fine by me, because I can play Ice Golem and then Graveyard. The Pekka gets caught up in the Graveyard, and my Ice Golem still stays alive. It's not like I'm playing the Ice Golem right into the Graveyard. So I say good game here, a little bit of early BM, but we'll see. You're going to get a really good poison value here. He's got Zappies, Flying Machine, Ghost, and he actually plays a Goblin Hut too, which I'm not complaining about at all. I missed the timing on the Flying Machine, unfortunately, but we're still going to be able to clean it up with that Ewiz. We have to sacrifice it to the gods of the Pekka, which is not ideal, but it works out. He plays a Miner. We were able to Mega Minion it. You don't want to be playing Ewizes on Miners too much, because they're going to get good poison value if they can hit a Goblin Hut and that. And we're just going to play another Goblin Hut. So, because this Miner's out of hand. Against Miners, you don't want to be playing your Goblin Huts in the back. You want to play them in the middle so the other tower shoots. But when they don't have Miner in hand, that's not a big deal. And if he was playing Graveyard, I wouldn't play it in the corner. I'd move it over so it's closer to the Crown Tower, just so I can't do that corner Graveyard. You got to be careful about what you're playing about to see where you're going to play it. So I actually had to do defensive poison there, and that bridge glitch where you can't play spells over the river, not the bridge, but the river. So I had to misplay my poison on purpose, which really sucks, but we use a little bit of Ice Golem, get a Graveyard off here, and we're just making him build up troops, so we're going to get a really good poison off here. I think we're going to hit the Goblin Hut and Zappies plus Tower, and if he plays anything else in it, that is very good, but I'm very happy about that. He throws a Ghost in there just to be a nice guy, so that's nice. Kill the Zappies, which are really what's going to kill me, because I need a Mega Minion to DPS down the Flying Machine or the Pekka, but if he has Zappies stunning those Mega Minion, I have no chance to defend that Pekka, because I have guards and Mega Minion and stuff, but really, if he has Zappies or Flying Machine shooting those down, there's no way I'm going to be able to kill that Pekka in time. So we're getting a lot of troops accumulating here. Throw an Ice Golem in front of those Steves. Fortunately, most of them are dead, but we're going to get a nice Graveyard here. and I believe with ice graveyard and then poison it, like I always talk about. We'll see. Yes, I do, and we're actually able to take the game right there, but I just wanted to see that graveyard poison. That's the only time I'd really poison a graveyard, unless I'm trying to hit like Goblin Gang or Minion Horde. You don't really want to poison the graveyard too much, because you normally need the poison for something else. So last one, how much time? 15 minutes. Yeah, we're going to skip the mirror match. It's all about who can bait out the poisons. So one of the things I did in that matchup, we'll quickly look at the deck, one of the things I did is I played my Goblin Hut in the middle, and then he went in for a graveyard on the opposite side. I played my guards really far over, so he wasn't able to poison both. He chose to poison my guards, and that won me the game because he didn't have poison. I was able to get a second Goblin Hut up, and then I had 2 Goblin Huts and he had 9 because I poisoned his Goblin Hut. He poisoned my guards. So he got a little bit of damage, but I got a second investment building up. And the thing about investment buildings like the Elixir Collector or the Goblin Hut is when you have multiple of them up, you're going to win the match. So that's what I did there, and that's how I won that. I also was able to corner graveyard one of his Goblin Huts, and I never gave him that opportunity. So here I was like 8-2, and I had to play against 10-2. So this was interesting for sure. He's a really good Expo and Giant Sparky player. An Expo Sparky, actually. He likes a lot of those kind of decks. I was down in Paris with him for ESWC. He actually beat me in the ESWC qualifiers. I actually got 3rd in that. I was in the winter finals against Diego. I lost to him because I got Drag Glitch, and I also just had leg, and Goblin Barrel took my tower, but so I lost to him in the winter finals, and then I went down to the loser finals and lost to 10-2, got 3rd, and then it turned out Diego couldn't go because his parents wouldn't let him, so I got to go instead. So happy story for me. I ended up still getting to go, not because I won or qualified in the top 2, but just because Diego couldn't go. So speaking of Diego, actually, if you guys watched the Texas event XS by SW, it was a really cool event. Diego got first, won $6,000. There was like 5 teams down there. It was Kesa, Nova, Tribe, Immortals, and Nova, I believe, if I didn't say them, or Liquid, Team Liquid, with Surgical Azili's Ace. So that was a really cool event. There was like 16 pros down there. They had a 32-man bracket for 20 grand. It was basically just the 16 pros plus like 2 or 3 extra players and then like managers. So I really wish I would have been able to go to that. Would have been cool to go to that. So then we'll go to the next one for sure. But coming back to this match, so I know he's playing a Giant Sparky deck. I know he has Fireball, and then basically the rest of his deck is just all zap bait cards to make me try to zap them instead of the Sparky, or like block the way from the E-Wiz to the Sparky so I'm not able to shoot it. Something in this matchup, I know he's not going to be able to go to opposite lane, so I play my Goblin Hut 1 tile down further so that the Giant still pulls to it, but it's farther away from the Sparky, because the Sparky is really your enemy in this. It can clip something, and then the splash damage is insane. It can kill a Goblin Hut, it can kill a tower, so that's something you really have to be careful about. So actually, defensive graveyard, this was not good. This was my first time ever playing the matchup, so I wasn't sure if it was good or not. After this one graveyard, I learned it wasn't good, so I didn't do it, unless this was a second graveyard. But anyways, it was not good, so I don't do it again. But basically the key in this matchup is just killing the Sparky. See there, it kills my Goblin Hut. And try to get your E-Wiz on it, poison out the bats or the Goblin Gang or whatever. But basically, we just keep going same lane. I keep on stacking Goblin Huts, he keeps on throwing Giants into it, and it works out for me eventually because I have a poison bait deck, and he doesn't even have poison, so that's going to work out. I'm looking for opportunities that I can graveyard poison, because I know he doesn't have a great way, like a defensive poison, to take out my graveyard, so he has to use cards like a Goblin Gang or a Bats to take it out. So I know that I'm going to need a poison. So I don't do many graveyards in this matchup, but when I do, I make sure I have poison so that I'm able to poison even like a Sparky. Here you see I graveyard it into his Sparky because the Sparky shoots like 1 or 2 skeletons at a time. It takes 4 seconds to charge up. I'd rather him shooting skeletons than walking closer to my tower and shooting my Spear Golem, shooting my Ice Golem, or whatever else I'm going to play. So that's why I graveyard into the Sparkies and Pekkas. You saw that in the Pekka Zappies matchup, so that's why I do that, especially when I'm going same lane. Gives me more time to separate the Giant and the Sparky in some situations, or it gives them more opportunities to play extra cards to give me more value with my log, my poison, my E-Wiz stun. So here he's actually able to snipe out that E-Wiz with the Sparky, and I believe this is where he snipes my tower. Watch this Sparky right here. Stays alive, shoots those Spear Goblins, and he hit my tower. That's like 1,200 damage. It's insane. So here, I think we just go for another Goblin Hut. This matchup really just stacked Goblin Huts. There's not much they can do to get through it unless they keep on getting chip on your goblins that are walking up, which is insane. That was just crazy. I can't believe that actually worked. Tintu is an amazing player, so he's doing all he can, but there's not too much. I have the matchup here by far. So here, I make sure to E-Wiz that so it doesn't get another hit on my goblins and take my tower, because we're in overtime. So now I'm just playing my Goblin Huts. I'm looking for an opportunity to graveyard poison. Now that he plays his Goblin Gang, I think I'll go once these goblins are down, because I know he's only going to have bats in hand, and then we're going to have to poison that. Oh, yeah, fail by Swood. I actually didn't know what his hand was. I was just looking in the replay, but I thought he had Spear Goblins and he was going to play those, but he just out-predicted me, played his bats, so I should have poisoned instead of logged. It was just the heat of the moment. I wasn't focusing on what cards he had to defend the graveyard. I just knew that he had 2 cards that were loggable and 1 that was bats and wasn't loggable, so I took my chances and logged it. But I'm a noob, guys. Don't listen to me. I don't know why you guys are still watching, actually. Just kidding, don't leave. I still got like a replay to show. So here, I don't think anyone's watching anymore. So we get another graveyard poison down, and we're going to actually end up taking this match. It's just going to be a matter of time. He almost gets a draw, honestly. Throws out the cry face. He likes to show a little bit of BM. I know that he's trying to just get me to give up, or like bring my guard down, but we stay strong for the last Sparky push. Don't let it connect to tower, and we're able to clean up with a log and poison. So GG to Tintu, you're a great player. GG to everyone else if any of you guys are watching me. And also Yarn, follow me on Twitter, please. My Twitter is below Swood_CR. Everyone else, make sure you follow me too. I just want Yarn to follow me. That's my big goal from this video. He actually got a lot of chip damage with the Magic Archer, so GG for that. You finessed me there, but other than that, guys, this is the deck. Loses to Expo and 3 Musketeer, but it beats basically everything else. Also Halmoon, I wasn't able to show that, but I showed basically every other meta matchup, so I hope you guys enjoy this. Good luck in the last couple hours of getting this challenge. I know I was late on this video, but I lost all my initial replays, so I had to go redo it, and I was busy watching the event and doing schoolwork and stuff like that. So I'll see you guys in another couple days. We'll do another type of video. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but hope you guys enjoyed this video, and good luck if you haven't already got the 20 wins. Have a good one, guys.